There was never a factional leader, never. Some rabble-rousers who received largesse from some frightened political neophytes to create problem in the Labour Party, knowing full well that Labour Party has become the bedrock of the political emancipation of Nigerian populace. We had no faction. Our Papa was just a paid hireling, by the APC. Let's call it a spade. But some of his henchmen, one of the fools called Arabambi, is still carrying on in Lagos, pretending to be a leader of a faction of the Lagos arm of the party. I think Nigerians, we make a lot of mistake. The press in particular, and that includes you, we give credence to fools and idiots when we should condemn them outrightly. Arabambi was expelled, and I repeat, expelled by the National Executive Council and National Working Committee of the Labour Party. How he can be parading himself as a member, no talk of leadership, beats me. But you see, there was a meeting recently in Lagos in court where he came with a lawyer pretending to represent the petitioner in Lagos of Labour Party. He was thrown out, and he still carries on. They have no shame. I'm sorry, they have no shame. So please, don't ever mention factional leadership in Labour Party. There is nothing like that. There is no faction in Labour Party. Labour Party is under the leadership of Julius Abure. Our candidate and principal is Peter Obi, and anybody who pretends to the otherwise is just a joker and should be treated as such. The presentation in the at the tribunal, as it were, is obvious. You've followed the proceedings. The evidences adduced at the court hearing. It tells a whole lot of story. There have been certain expressed and established facts as to the position of the election. Massive rigging has been established, where 18,000 pages of blurred ballot results cannot be established. And yet, results from those areas were announced. In court, they were asked to give the number of those blurred votes. They couldn't. So how did you get the number you declared for the supposed winner of the election? So you find out that by and large, the number attributable to those blurred results amounted to some 2 million, of which almost 1.7 or 1.8 were ascribed to Bola Tinubu. I removed them from his vote. The man is a distant fourth. So I believe that, like I said last time we talked, the judiciary is definitely on trial in this case. Apart from those facts about the blurred results, the issue of the forfeited narcotics money, the $460,000, established by a competent court in America with an affidavit in Nigeria here, proves that Bola Tinubu had issues with a court in America. There's also the issue of the certificate presented, bearing two dates. One was Bola Tinubu, born in 1952, and one Bola A. Tinubu, born in 1954, and the gender is F. I don't know what the F means, male or female now in this case. So it has to be determined. Has Bola Tinubu had a sex change? We have to determine that one. And subsequently, it was proven that the Bola A. Tinubu is an Adekunle Tinubu, not Ahmed Tinubu. Then you have the issue of NYSC. During an earlier affidavit, Bola Ahmed Tinubu deposed to the fact that he served and presented an NYSC clearance paper. But this time, he presented an exemption, ostensibly dated in 1985. Dated in 1979. Exemption for NYSC did not commence until later than that. So these contradictions are there, very glaring for the blind man to see. So if the jurists, eminent jurists, fail to take into consideration these anomalies presented by Peter Obi's petition, and to a large extent Atiku, then something must be wrong. I hope the judiciary doesn't give room for revolution in this country, because that is what I see happening. It is so glaring. So I think they should be cautious and do the needful.